And we are live.
Oh shoot. We need the news starter. The dun 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 when like it's brand new. Breaking news.
They're back. Like
Like
literally.
literally.
Well, I guess I'll go ahead and get us started. I am Alexis, or better known as Momo from Momo's Bookshelf.
I'm Rylee.
And I'm Alysha.
Well, long time no see slash listen, you guys. Happy 2025. If you have been following us for a while, we shared our thoughts via Instagram for episode 17, which concluded our reads for 2024 with The Grinch and another calendar year for like literally. Yay. Snaps for us.
Yay. And I'm really glad that we're back to regular scheduled programming and back to recording. I missed you guys.
And what we're going to kick off this year with is the same thing we kicked off 2024 with. And we're going to talk about some of our most favorite books of the year, our least favorite books of the year, and we're going to do our little guessing game again where we've written some short descriptions of some of these most and least favorite books so that we can guess as to what we are trying to describe. And finally, we will wrap up with talking about any anticipated reads we have for this upcoming year of 2025.
So with that, I'll start us off. So for 2024, I did not quite make my reading goal of 45 books, but I did read 40, so I'm proud of myself. The last few months have been very busy for myself and my family, so I haven't really been sitting down to read or listen much. But I did have 6 5-star reads last year, and my average rating ended up being a 3.88, which for someone who usually rates like an average book for as like a 3 or a 3.5, I think that's about right. Right?
That's
Um,
impressive.
yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Um, my 5 stars went to Hello Beautiful by Anne Napolitano, World War Z by Max Brooks. I think I've been talking about those like all year long, so it makes sense that those are 2 of my tops.
Checks out.
Yeah. And then Funny Story by Emily Henry, Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I adored that audiobook. Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. And then It's Not Hysteria by Karen Tong, my only nonfiction book that got a 5 star. So go Karen. And then the authors I read the most were Sarah J. Maas, which checks out because I did finish Throne of Glass. That was a journey in and of itself. It was a lot. And then Jane Austen, who again, as I said, I've been loving her audiobooks. So I ended up reading 3 of hers this year, and all of them were at least 4 stars. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Overall, I mostly read romance per usual. But some books that ended up surprising me by how much I enjoyed them, just because they're like not what I usually read or a little out of my wheelhouse, where like World War Z, talked about that all year, so that's surprising. Wishful Drinking by Carrie Fisher, I really enjoyed. I enjoyed the audiobook. She ended up narrating it, and it's based off of her one woman show, and I thought it was very cool.
I also gave that a listen and I thoroughly enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it, but I really liked it. I'm not like a huge Star Wars person, but I do enjoy the movies, so it was nice to like, I don't know. It was interesting. It was different, and I enjoyed it.
Well, I can say as somebody who knows nothing about Star Wars, I still enjoyed it.
Yeah. I read the Book of Essie. That was also very good, and that came out like a few years ago. I had it as a Book of the Month book, and I just never picked it up until now. So that one surprised me. That one was about like a girl who grew up like uber religious and then found out she was pregnant, and her like story is that she was on like a TLC style like TV show, and she was like, "We're gonna mess this TV show up," and it was pretty cool. The Hunting Party by Lucy Foley, that was like a thriller mystery whodunit. I really like that one too. And then Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater was just a really cozy fantasy book that was a really quick read, and that one also surprised me because I haven't heard like too much about that one, and it was so good. Yeah, those
That's
were some books that surprised me.
that's a pretty good like variety of genres too. So that's exciting.
Yeah, like they might not have been 5 stars, but I did like enjoy all of them a lot, and they surprised me. Still think about them, obviously.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah. Do we want to get into my book bank stuff?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, I'm gonna try not to do these in order. Let's do an unhinged man makes everybody else's life around, or no, start over. All right. So, yes, I have this on here. You guys should be kind of familiar with this story, so you guys should get
Okay.
it. An unhinged old man doesn't know what he's doing and almost gets everybody killed.
It's at Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it is.
We should probably disclaim. So we are looking at a book bank. We have about 10 or so books to choose from. We aren't choosing from unlimited number of stories.
Yeah, that would be way too hard unless it was so specific.
Yeah, and that one is a movie, so I had a feeling guys would get it. But I will say, in Jurassic Park, that old man is much more unhinged and unlikable in the book than he is in the movie.
Oh God,
I've never read the
me
book.
neither.
The book's really good. The sequel is not great, but the original Jurassic Park book is outstanding. It's also really cool because it has little snippets of like the computer screens and stuff in the actual book, which is just neat. It's just a
That
nice
is
little
fun.
touch.
Hmm.
Okay, let's see. Alysha, I'm hoping you get this one. What the hell happened to Vaughn?
Happened to Vaughn. I mean, the only one on here that I know I've read that Alexis was wishful thinking or drinking,
No,
but I was like, I don't think there was a
No,
Vaughn.
Kingdom of Ash, because I've never read that either.
it is Kingdom of Ash.
Wait.
Vaughn was one of the Maeve's guys in it, and he was supposed to come after them.
Vaughn?
Vaughn,
How do you spell Vaughn?
Vaughn.
That character has left my mind.
Yeah, he obviously left Sarah J. Maas's too. Totally, like everybody forgot about him.
Yeah,
I
had
got
no
a
idea
reel
who that
about this
is.
like the other day. He was like one of Maeve's. What's it called? The cavalry or whatever? I forget. And he was supposed to come after them, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we might be able to bring him to our side." He just disappeared. Never.
Oh, yes. Great question.
Yeah.
Very great question.
I saw it on Reel the
That's
other
so
day. I was
funny.
like, I totally forgot about this guy. And that was
Honestly,
like
as
the
soon
top
as
comment,
honestly, as soon as she said Alysha, I was like, it's gotta be that one because
right?
Yeah, no,
I
that was a valid
the
point.
in my defense, okay, guys, in my defense, the third and fourth Throne of Glass books are on my shelf. I'm borrowing them from a friend. I just have not picked them up yet.
And in my defense, I read these books in 2023.
Right?
So it's been a minute.
Let's see. Unhinged man makes everybody else around him unhinged, but says they're the crazy ones. Alexis might be able to get this one.
Down the rabbit hole.
I mean,
Right?
that is also applicable, but no.
What? I'm surprised because I thought like Alice in Wonderland, like he made everybody else feel trippy.
No, Down the Rabbit Hole is the one by Julia Fox.
Oh, okay, never mind.
That's her
I was thinking of
memoir.
that.
No, hers was down the drain.
Oh, did I totally like write that wrong? I did. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, then I don't know.
bad. Sorry.
You're good. You're good. Oh man. I mean,
I haven't read like majority of this list, so
You read one of them, I think.
I think you're gonna have to tell us.
It's The Housemaid.
oh no, I haven't read that one yet. It's on my bookshelf still.
My bad. I thought you read it.
Yeah, no. My I got suggested it, but I haven't or recommended it rather, but I haven't read it yet.
My bad. I thought you read that one already.
It's on my list and I was going to, but you know, life lifed, so I haven't gotten a chance
No,
yet.
you good. All right. Let's see.
Have you not read those yet, Alysha?
She doesn't
Those
do
aren't the
thrillers.
same lady who's like written The Maiden,
Oh.
right?
No.
No.
No, because I haven't enjoyed those, and people really like her books.
Yeah, it's a thriller, so I don't know if you would really like it.
Yeah,
I
that's
have not
true.
enjoyed the thrillers I have read so far,
Yeah.
and I keep trying to do the popular ones, and I just can't get into it, and so I have
That
little
one,
motivation to pick up The Housemaid.
yeah, that one, they just announced the cast for that, or they just started filming it. It has like Amanda Seyfried in it.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who the husband is. I forget who is playing him. And then Sydney Sweeney is the other girl in
Mm.
it. So it has a
But
good cast.
that's not even your favorite book by Frida, right? Like you
No,
like the
I
other
really like
one?
Never Lie by her. I
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
that one
yeah.
was better.
That's right. That's right.
All right, let's see. I'll do one more. Oh, as the author said before she wrote it, it's a masterpiece.
Down the drain.
Yes, that is down the drain. I
It
had to give you
was
guys that one. We already talked about it, so
very true.
but
Very
I did.
solid list. Good job, Rylee.
Thank you,
You
thank you.
woo! Golf
All
claps.
right, Alexis, do you want to tell us about your 2024 in books?
Yeah, I certainly can. So if you guys are listening to this and I sound a little crappy, I apologize. In the midst of moving, I lost the cord to my microphone. Don't worry, don't fret. I ordered another one. But for right now, I'm just using my gaming headset. So sorry if I sound like Rylee circa 2020, August 2023 when we started this.
So I was gonna say it's just not a like literarily podcast without a little bit of audio technical difficulties.
Exactly. So for 2024, my goal was 60 and I did read 71.
Whoop, whoop.
I did not anticipate reading 71, but that's what happened. I think it's probably because I was in like 3 book clubs doing a stream and this podcast. So like minimally a month I had to read the books at least for those. So I did set my goal to 75 this year, but I probably will never raise it past 75. I think that's like a good cap for me. I don't think I ever want to make my goal like 100 or something because I don't want to get hyper focused on the quantity versus the quality, I guess. Um, so my average rating was so much lower than it usually is. It was 3.9 stars out of 5.
I'd like to
So
believe that we have influenced you.
I I think between that and then honestly being on Book Talk and Bookstagram since August of 22, my taste has gotten kind of particular. So again, I'm somebody that'll read anything recommended to me, especially if you say it's really good. So I am really not surprised. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of books in 2024 pissed me off. So like I remember putting down so many books this year and being like, terrible. Why did I pick this up? So yeah, but my genres were really mixed. So I think that seems to be the trend so far. I don't know if Alysha will continue that or kill that. But I did read a ton because like I said, all the book clubs and the pod and the stream, I just was reading all over the place. I did pick up some new LGBTQIA plus books. That was cool. I did read a few POC authors, little less well known, but still just as good. So woo, diversity. We love to see it. Um, my most memorable book past like my normal favorites. So like I reread Harry Potter this year. Um, Carly Fortune and Emily Henry came out with new books this year and like all your kind of just mainstream ones was honestly Dinner for Vampires by Bethany Joy Lenz. It was her autobiography, I guess, and she's the girl that played Haley James Scott in One Tree Hill. It was so
Oh,
good.
her.
It was so good. I listened to the audiobooks. That's the best way for me to do memoirs. And she did phenomenal. Her voice is so soothing. And it was her whole story about how she was like in a cult the whole time that she was on Winter Hill. Crazy, but really, really good. 10 out of 10 recommend.
I have not watched One Tree Hill, but I love reading about a cult, so maybe I'll pick that up, not gonna lie.
Yes, absolutely. And do recommend the show if you've never watched it. That was also really good too. I hated loathed Make Me by Tessa Bailey. It was my first book of 2024. I think it belonged to a series, but like the standalone series ones, terrible. Not to like get gross, because I know we have like a wide variety of people that listen to this, but the trope of it was like a virgin trope and it was disgusting. And I hated every minute of reading it. It was so terrible. And I
Not the
never want to
vibe.
subject myself to that again. Um, I didn't pick up another Tessa Bailey book for a while, but I did get recommended It Happened One Summer a few times. She is lucky I decently enjoyed that one.
I
Maybe I'll pick up another one.
I have not read any from the series of the one that you just gave the terrible, terrible review to. I have read It Just Happened One Summer and whatever the subsequent book was. They were fine. Like,
Yeah,
it
it was
wasn't
like,
good,
all right.
but it wasn't terribly bad. It was fine.
Um, I'm gonna find out, let's see, series. So the Make Me series is the first one is Need Me, then Chase Me, then Make Me.
I will say
So,
she has a Christmas book called Wreck the Halls, and I did enjoy that book. Uh, but
hmm,
I've not picked up anything else.
yeah. Um, so one cool thing that Storygraph told me was that I read apparently 45 new authors. Don't know if it's because I downloaded that like last year and then throughout the year like added other ones, but still I thought that was cool. I had at least 45 new ones. I also got the comment from Storygraph that I finished all the books that I picked up this year, no DNFs, but I'm gonna disclaimer. That's just because I'm somebody that has to see it through, and even if I'm hate reading it, I'm finishing it. So,
I hate finished at least one book this year.
I DNF too. I am not above DNFing a book.
I did DNF something, but I don't remember what it was. I'll have to look that up.
yeah, I just have it's I just my personality. I had to see it through. I can't just put it down and not read it anymore. I have to I it's because I want to be able to tell people I hated it and not be able to tell me, "Oh, well, if you just finish it." No, I did. That's why I hated it. So, yeah, that's if that doesn't tell you guys that I will finish anything I'm handed. I don't know what will. For my one-liners, I couldn't really come up with anything just because right now with everything going on in my life, I didn't have the brain capacity. So I thought it would be a little funny to do funny one-liners pulled from Goodreads that were one-star reviews.
Yeah.
So, this one I don't know if you guys will know, but the one-star review was note to self, never read another book written by a white man about witches.
Was that Slowfoot?
It was. When I saw that, that was so funny. No, a lot of people's thoughts about why they hated it were valid, like as I was reading through them, but I didn't hate it. Like I thought it was pretty decent. I did it for my stream and like we both decently enjoyed it. It just wasn't a horror book like Book Talk was trying to tell you. It was like one of those like Puritan religious fiction kind of thriller vibes, I guess. Okay. The second one is the MC spends the entire book complaining how she built her life around her ex-fiance and then proceeds to build her life around another man.
Was it funny story?
Yeah.
I was like, I think that's funny story.
Go me, go.
I was like, that's funny. Okay. So this one is 1,000% gonna be a dead giveaway. But the fact that these made me literally crack up in my kitchen, that my mom was like, "What are you laughing at?" And I was like, "These are just so funny." As somebody who enjoyed the book. Um, I'm gonna say the three funniest because they literally were so funny. The first one is Harry, I'm sorry they did this to you. The second one was I don't know who lied to this woman, but effing some kid 20 years younger isn't the feminist slay you think it is. And the third one is Anne Hathaway and Nicholas Galitzine will have to beg for my forgiveness after making me read this horrible, horrible book.
Oh God, that's a lot to process very quickly. So, clearly the idea of you. 'Cause,
Absolutely.
oof, yeah, that was a rough premise.
But the first one was so funny. The Harry, I'm sorry they did this to you. I was cackling
Poor
for like
Harry
5 minutes.
Styles.
So yeah, those are the ones that I found. I just wanted to limit it to 3, so I didn't
If
take
they
up
think
too much
that's
of our
the worst
time.
thing that's happened to Harry Styles, they should not explore the world of
Of Wattpad.
Oh
I'm
man, those are
thankful
good
I
though.
have not explored the world of Wattpad. I think it's too much for me.
Or what was that other app that everybody Tumblr? I feel like there's got to be something about Harry Styles on Tumblr.
Oh, there's definitely something on Tumblr.
Alicia was a
Alicia said,
Tumblr
I
girly.
know. Alicia said, I may or may not be saying that because I know personally.
I plead the fifth.
Well, those were mine. Certainly, last but certainly not least is Alysha. So, Alysha, finish us off for our recaps.
All right. So my goal this year was to read 50 books, which I set that goal to read less than I had read in 2023. And so I did read less than I read in 2023, but I did surpass my goal. So we're in a happy medium. I read 79 books this past year. And I read only 3 books between November and December. I started like diversifying my hobbies, so we'll see if we can keep that momentum going here into the new year. I'm trying to try out some new things. But I set my goal to 50 books again, so we'll see where we end up. I I have the lowest book rating out of the 3 of us? My average rating ended up being 3.77.
It is the lowest.
Oof,
It
I'm too
is
critical.
5.11. So, I
Okay,
mean,
okay. So not too far off. So
We were
yeah,
all roughly around the same.
yeah, I felt like that was pretty reasonable because like I only give the 5 stars out like if I absolutely loved it. And like Alexis, I'm pretty bad at the DNF. I did look it up. The one book that I did not finish this year was Wolf Gone Wild. I had it recommended, I think at least twice. I couldn't stand the main characters and did not make it very far. So I was like, this is a series. We're shutting this down now. Like it's not happening. Um so that was my one DNF for the year. I had 7 5-star books this year, 2 of which were rereads. So I reread one of my favorite books from when I was younger called Hawk Song. Talked about that on the first podcast that we ever did. I also reread Red, White, and Royal Blue, and obviously we all love that here. So I won't go down a rabbit hole of those books. The new books that I read and really enjoyed were Funny Story. I think we're already all declared Emily Henry fans. I also listened to Take a Hint, Danny Brown. I really enjoyed this entire series, but that book in particular, I believe it's the second I really, really enjoyed. It has a fake dating trope, and so does another book that I gave 5 stars to this year, which was Not in Love, which is an Allie Hazelwood book. That was also the author I read the most of this past year. She has a ton of short stories, so I read 9 of her books, but like 5 of them were 3.5 hour audiobooks. But hers are like good, easy, fun reads. I enjoy, even though they kind of all have the same general character and kind of plot point, they're fun. I like them. And then the other 2 books that I gave 5 stars to were the same author. I've chatted about these on the previous podcast back in November, but it was Yours Truly and Just for the Summer, which I did read out of order. So I read Yours Truly's first, and then I read Part of Your World, and then Just for the Summer. Part of the World I did not give 5 stars, so almost made it through the whole trilogy with 5 stars. But those are all really, really good. But the theme that I was seeing there with my 5 star books is clearly I am into the romantic comedies. Not very surprised there. Romance was my top genre for the year. Then the other like general trends was kind of like these unlikely pairings. Like we're ending up with these like fake dating tropes in there. They all have like that emotional growth concept. But they're kind of also in these fun and quirky settings to kind of like offset any of that seriousness so that they end up in these weird situations throughout the storyline. So that was kind of interesting to see that like the books that I gave 5 stars kind of had a similar line of thought through them. Um, as far as the different genres, my top genres of the year, romance, as I just said, followed by contemporary, young adult, fantasy, and then LGBTQ. As far as some quick fun stats that I was finding entertaining on Storygraph as we continue to plug it, we just need to figure out how to get a sponsorship from Storygraph or something.
Agreed.
True.
My shortest book was How the Grinch Stole Christmas, RIP, the Lost podcast. We did go ahead and put our thoughts on Instagram stories. So if you are curious about our thoughts on How the Grinch Stole Christmas and the movies that have come out based on that book, it is saved in our highlight reel on our Instagram. My longest book was The House of Flame and Shadow, which is part of the Crescent City series by Sarah J. Maas. And that was 951 pages. I was very surprised to learn that that is longer than A Day of Fallen Night. I definitely thought A Day of Fallen Night was going to be my longest book. So that's why that was particularly surprising to me. The quickest read I had was The Summer I Turned Pretty. I'm pretty sure it picked the longest book with the quickest read because those short stories from Allie Hazelwood I also cranked out in a day. And my longest read was 123 days. I slogged through a Zen and the art of motorcycle maintenance, but I did it and it's done. And that was my final book of 2024.
So
Zach
do
better
you
owe you
recommend it? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
So do you recommend it as highly as Zach recommends it?
So I thought it was more in this like psychology self-help book when I started, and I was like, oh god, I'm not gonna be able to finish this. But once I reframed it as more of a memoir, and like this guy had like schizophrenia, and it was like a bit about like how he kind of like experienced the world and thought about it before and after having treatment for that. Once I started like viewing it in that point of way, I could get through it. But it's long and there's way more psychology talk than I am interested in diving into. So if that's your cup of tea, feel free to explore it. It is not my cup of tea. So it was the slog.
Until then, Zach, if you're listening, you owe her a nice dinner for reading that book for you.
No, he owes me finishing the book. He's never finished it.
I'm dead. What?
Who recommends
Read
That's
a
this.
what-
book before they finish it?
So that's what he owes me for that one.
And dinner.
And dinner.
Zach, and dinner. Your ass didn't even finish the book.
I'll let him know. I'll keep him posted. All right, so I have my book bank. I also was trying to pick books that I think there's enough common knowledge here that if I get through the short summaries, we'll be able to guess. I will disclaim, I wrote these with assistance from ChatGPT because I was trying to crank these out today, and I was like, you know what, this is going to speed up the process. So let me find my list. And like Rylee said, make sure I don't go in the same order that I wrote books down in the book bank. So I am
I'm sure
going to
the
start.
titles are right too, since I did not. I wrote the wrong one. Oops.
You were just really testing our knowledge.
Yeah, totally. I wasn't distracted by Animal Crossing at all.
Nope. All right, I'm gonna start with what I think is a softball. Same teenage angst, but now the girl's the one getting stalked and saved because apparently the plot was just too feminist to begin with.
I got it. Pick
Drum roll.
me. Life and Death, Twilight Reimagined.
Correct. It was the same book, minus the last chapter.
I do still think it should be a sci-fi series, though. I think it would be amazing.
I do agree.
I
would
think it would
enjoy
be
that.
the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
That'd be good. A twist.
I mean, that's the legacy of a cult classic, but like this was a money grab.
At the Sci-Fi Channel, pay me for my idea. Make all the money.
We will have this podcast dated. We have the previous one dated. We know where the idea just originated from.
Just give us the royalties,
Like 1%. I don't need much.
right?
Much. Oh man. All right. So the next one I have is after multiple books of a love triangle between two brothers, the main character finally picks the right brother, and spoiler, it's the one who isn't a walking red flag.
I know it.
Is that the summer I turned pretty?
It is.
I read those when they first came out. So them coming out on like TV now, 10 years later, is such a wild thought for me because, 14-year-old Rylee was obsessed. But I think I would throw him across the wall. No.
If it wasn't an audiobook, I probably would have thrown it across the wall, but I value my phone too much. I was like taking a trip for 2 days to Savannah, and I just listened to all three of these between the drive there, the downtime in my meetings, and the drive back, and I was just like, what is happening?
I haven't like fully read them yet. I think I like picked up the first one and haven't even finished it.
The first one was fine. It's too long. It's
Yeah.
too many books.
I have the first two books, and they are like first editions. Like, I remember specifically going to Barnes and Noble to get the second one after I found out it was released.
It's amazing. We love the
Right?
history.
OG fan.
The lore.
All right. Next up, I have two people spend way too much time pretending they don't want to bone each other, all while dragging their emotional baggage all the way through town.
Would that probably be Not in Love?
It is not.
Oh.
And I think I would mostly stand by that, but I could potentially see that interpretation.
I've never read it, so I don't know.
Could potentially be two other books on this list as well. So maybe this is coming back to I read too similar of books.
I'm gonna guess the pairing.
So that was the one I thought might trip you up. So that was intentional.
Oh,
So
okay.
Things We Hide from the Light was what that one was getting.
That's like one of my favorite books, and I would have never guessed that.
I mean,
I mean, you're not wrong, but I guess that's not the focal point I would have thought of, I guess, when it comes to that one. So that was a good one.
No, that's fair. I was purposely trying to confuse it with the pairing though. So.
Yeah, no, that's valid. Okay.
I was trying to trip you all up. I was like, this could apply to either of them, so we'll see which one they go for. Because yeah, I mean, you have the small town drama that's happening.
Yeah.
The whole series that Things We Hide from the Light comes from, but then you have like the multiple cities, and then in the pairing, you have this couple who's just dragging all these other people into their relationship instead of them just like talking through it.
Right.
One of those I really enjoyed and one I did not. So that's the quick summary there of those two. All right, the next one I'm going to do two more because I gave away one of mine already. So
Okay.
we'll see if you guys can get this one. This is the other one I think is a little iffy. 1,000 pages of world building, ancient prophecies, and characters so morally gray, you'll need a color chart to figure out who's actually a good guy. And it's just the prologue.
I got it.
Mm-hmm.
The Crescent City series.
No. That
What?
was thrown in to throw you off.
A Day of Fallen Night.
It is. That was purposely there to trip you up, so I'm sorry, Rylee.
It's fine. In case you wanted some more, I like refuse to start that series. I don't know why. I think I'm just so burnt out by Sarah J. Maas that I don't think I could pick up another one for a while.
That's fair. Like the Crescent City series, part of the reason I had to put the series is because I've only read the third one this year, which isn't well, none of them. You could kind of maybe argue the series is a prologue because it maybe takes place in advance. We're still figuring out how all the worlds fit together and like the travel.
I think Sarah J. Maas is still trying to figure that out.
There's a good chance of that. So some of the characters have overlap. Whether or not they're in the same timeline, I don't know if we've determined that or not. But there's so much world building in those books that a lot of people, complain about them. But I prefer that series the most out of the 3 series that she's published. A Day of Fallen Night took me forever to start, and I did end up enjoying it quite a bit after starting it. but I had the same mental block about the Priority Orange Tree book where I was like, I'm going to start this as soon as I finished A Day of Fallen Night. Yeah, it's been 6 months. I have not started it. My goal is to knock that one out soon because I did end up enjoying them. Anyway, they're good. All right, so my last one. Civilization as we know it has ended, but hey, at least we get a traveling Shakespearean troupe and people reminiscing about the good old days of Wi-Fi and smartphones. Who needs survival skills when you have art?
I got it. I loved this book. Station 11.
It is Station 11. And I really enjoyed Station 11. I wasn't too thrilled with the very, very ending. I felt like it was a little optimistic, but I thoroughly enjoyed this book.
I haven't read that one.
It's really good.
So, my last one, I gave it away, so I'm not going to make you guys guess this one. It was another one to see if I could trip you up, but I don't think either of you have read either book. And so it's a fake dating plot that somehow is more complicated than a real relationship because nothing says we're not in love like pretending for the sake of an awkward chemistry fueled romance. And so I thought that was a good summary of both Not in Love and Take a Hint, Danny Brown.
Okay. Yeah, I don't read a lot of Allie Hazelwood. The only two I read I thought were kind of mid, so.
He does have the same trope.
Yeah, definitely.
Wait, looking at this list, I have a question about what you thought of the American Royal series. I have listened to the first two books like 2 years ago, but I never ended up finishing it.
So this was another one where I was doing a lot of driving. I don't remember where, and so I just listened to like all 4.5 of these audiobooks, like boom, 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 really quickly. I really enjoyed the first book and decently enjoyed the second book, and then by the time I was reading Inheritance, which was like the half book, I was like, okay, I'm beginning to lose interest, and I felt like it was stretched out again a little too long for the second half of the series. There was a little climate activist plot thrown in at one point, so I was like, yay! But it was just a little too much back and forth, particularly between the like prince and his love triangle for me, and that became more and more of a focus as they moved on. And then like they threw in like an amnesia plot line, like it was getting a little soap opera-y by the second half of that.
Sounds like Jane the Virgin.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I did enjoy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those were what I had. I think the only other thing that I was going to highlight on this list, I did not write a summary for it, but The Lost Ticket was a book that Alexis, I think I got
It was
from
me.
you. And then I just ended up really thoroughly enjoying and not expecting to. I think I ended up giving it like 4.75 stars. It has, I think, a pregnancy trope in it, which I usually am a very strong no,
But it was good.
but they did it well. So the very quick summary I have just to leave you all with this before we move on to our anticipated reads. It's just that a young woman in London finds an old bus ticket with a mysterious message on it, and it leads her to a man who she feels connected to. And so it is a romance, no surprise there. So that's one I'd also recommend checking out, even though it didn't make it onto my 5-star list.
It was excellent. I read it with a book club, so I went into it like super blind. And um after finishing it, I had it on my bookshelf, and I think Alysha came over when I was still in Georgia and was borrowing something else, and I was like, "You should read this too. It was really good." And she was like, "Okay."
And it was a great recommendation.
Yeah, it was really good. I actually really liked it. So recommend to you, Rylee, if you I haven't listened to the audiobook or anything. I had the hard copy of it, but I recommend it.
I'll keep it in mind.
So, with that, on that nice positive note, let's continue it with what are our anticipated reads of 2025?
I'll start off. So we already kind of hinted at it before in the past. So as you guys know, we did an episode back in 2023 when we first started on Fourth Wing, and you can listen to that on YouTube if you haven't listened to it before. And we never actually discussed Iron Flame, which was the sequel, because we all actually ended up being fairly disappointed in it. Not because personally for me, I didn't enjoy like the banter and the relationships and all that kind of stuff, but as far as the actual plot and the continuation of the storyline and the build up from the initial novel, it was just very confusing. The trope that she focused on, that's by Rebecca Yarros, was just not the best. And there was like a ton of plot lines opened up, but the third one comes out actually this month, a couple days after our episode airs on the 21st of January of 2025. And that one is Onyx Storm, which will be the third installment out of five. And we're hoping it redeems the series. We shall see. um,
So, I'm
Go
so
ahead.
sad that doesn't. I'm so sad that doesn't come out right before MLK weekend, so I could just binge it for a 3-day weekend. Zach's not going to be here, but no, it comes out the Tuesday afterwards. But this better redeem book two. Book two is so disappointing. But this time we'll be ready for our thoughts much quicker. We didn't get through the second one fast enough to do an episode, but
Yeah, as expectedly so, because it was it was rough. Um, so the second one is One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. So I think I'm the main person here at like literally that reads Carly Fortune. I don't know if you guys do. Oh, okay. Alysha is holding up Every Summer After, but I don't know if she's read it
I
yet.
have not read it yet. But
Oh,
we have it. It's on the TBR.
I
okay.
have not read
So
any of them.
Okay, so this will actually, it's called One Golden Summer. It comes out in May 2025, and this will actually take us back to some characters from Every Summer After. Um, Every Summer After is probably the best book by Carly Fortune. The last one was decent. The one before that was super mid. And then, so I'm hoping since this one's characters from the first one, which was decently enjoyable, that this one also is. So excited for that one. And then, of course, as Alysha said, if you guys haven't noticed the trend, we all rated Funny Story as a top 5 book. We all love some Emily Henry here. So I am excited. Her next one, I think it's the fifth one by Emily Henry, is The Great Big Beautiful Life. And that one comes out the 22nd of April. So um, looking at Riley's list, she did mention another one I'm excited for that I forgot, but about because I like that author as well. I've been reading more of her this year, but I'll let her dive into that one when she goes. But Alysha, you're up next. What are you excited for?
Oh, well, the suspense. I want to hear what Riley's book is.
Oh, mine is this is like the only book like I'm genuinely stoked for because I don't keep up with when things are coming out. But it's Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid.
Ooh, yeah, that will be a good one.
Let me
I
look
have
up real quick when that comes out. I know it's the summer.
I have read so many by her this year. I finally read Daisy Jones and the Six. I read After I Do. That one was phenomenal. One True Loves was okay. I didn't hate it. I listened to audiobook and it wasn't my favorite. But yeah, I'm really
Oh,
excited.
also on my TBR, I still haven't read Malibu Rising, so I have that physical copy here as well, still to read.
You
Um,
should read that. Have you read because there was cameos in it. Because I
Yeah, that one
texted
has a lot
Riley
of
about it.
cameos.
So make sure you read Daisy Jones and the Six.
I
Carrie
I've
Soto
read
was back and Seven Husbands before that one. So if you've read all those three, you should read it next.
I've read those three, and I've read one from her earlier publication.
Mm,
Yeah, you'll
Um,
like it. It's
yeah,
fun.
it's good. It's good.
It's not her best one, but it's fun to like see those characters again.
Exactly.
So fun. But yeah, that's one that I'm really excited about is Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and that one comes out June 3rd. So
right, we'll
fun.
pencil it in.
Yeah. I'll put it in here.
Alysha, do you want to tell us now what you're excited about?
Yeah, so like you mentioned, I don't particularly track books before publication, so I had to do some Googling in preparation for this segment. With the caveat, I am still waiting for George R.R. Martin to finish up the freaking Game of Thrones series. So that's the only thing. If that ever hits the news, I will be on top of that. But
Good
anyway,
luck.
Yeah, I know. As far as 2025 goes, I would say Abby Jimenez has Say You'll Remember Me coming out April 1st. And I love the Part of Your World series, as I mentioned this year, with A Part of Your World being the only book out of the trilogy I didn't give 5 stars, but I think I still gave it 4.5. So I'm really excited for the next book to come out by her.
Dang, I need to read those because I haven't read any of hers yet, and I think for my birthday I got gifted the first two or the first one, so I need to catch up.
They're great. I did try to read some of her older work. I read Friend Zone. I wasn't terribly impressed, but I did check out the next 2 books of that trilogy. They haven't come in yet on Libby. But that series in particular, I just think is so well done. It's a dual point of view for the entire series, and it does mental health really well, which I really appreciated and enjoyed, like that spin on the romantic comedy. So highly, highly recommend.
Okay.
On the flip side of romantic comedy, Allie Hazel has Deep End coming out, and they're fun, they're easy reads, they are similar, like it's just a vibe. I think she has a short story that came out that was kind of inspired by the Olympics over the summer. Um, it was called Two Can Play, and I think she also came out with another holiday book this year. So she's just like cranking things out. I need to catch up. Maybe she'll be my top read author again, if she cranks out another like 5 short stories this year. I don't think that's on the radar. So the only one I'm aware of is Deep End. I don't know when that's coming out. She's been teasing it on her Instagram for a long time. Um, so yeah, those are the ones I have on my radar.
Nice. Well, I think we have some good things to look forward to in 2025. I will say I have a lot going on this year. So I don't think I mentioned my goal of how many books I'm reading, but if I read 10, I'll be like really impressed with myself. So just preferencing 2025 with that.
Nothing wrong with
Um,
that.
Already declaring it the year of chaos.
yes. I have a Spotify playlist that's year 29 chaos. That's literally what it's called because I don't organize my playlists by anything. So I just like put everything on a single playlist. And I do that every year. But this one might be the most chaotic yet. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah. Right there with you, but from a different aspect of that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But anyway, that wraps up 2024. We are again excited to announce that we will have a quick recap of Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, and we'll be reading the recent release of Onyx Storm for February's episode.
We're cranking this out for you guys.
Yes, we are. The dedication will be real. And we're so excited for another year with our lovely listeners. So thank you for listening.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.